Main game.
Jersey number 00.
Main game.
Jose Nochantuan.
Semis na lang.
For your jersey number 3, Christopher Johnson. Small forward, jersey number 4, A.B. Camara. Average forward, jersey number 8, Jonathan Rasmussen. And the last player, Sailor, jersey number 23, J. Thomas. Hey, coach, reserve and starting five player from Blue Lions. Hoyer, jersey number 1, Yung Sejiro.
Kaya nga may busina para hindi mo discuss.
Guard, jersey number 3, Devon Lonnie Benton. Small forward, jersey number 7, Sean Tiahong. Center, jersey number 13, Liu Worker. Last player forward, jersey number 18, Sean Corsi. Hey, coach, Mr. John Jewell. Ready for this game. Ready, sir. I'm on my time. On time 1, Mr. Nathan Please, what happened?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Verso International School. Heritage City finally put together a winning performance in their last game and hope it can propel them to a chance to solidify their 5th rank in the grand finale of the TAT Winter Tournament. And in their way are the Long Lions. And a big win yesterday for Luang Prabang, Bill.
Yes, indeed, Sandy. It's been an uphill battle for them. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup because the Lions really don't rely that much on their imports, and meanwhile, Luang Prabang is reliant a lot on the maturity of their imports.
Jonathan Guzman leading the way for Heritage City, 26 points last night.
This is going to be a very good matchup. Guzman playing big man against the much taller Liu. They don't really have a center to speak of.
Winky Liu with the ball, guarded by Jonathan Guzman inside. And he overcooks. Madden is fouled from behind by Jose Nochantavong. We are very concerned about the health of Jose Nochantavong.
Yes, he hasn't been the same since suffering that leg injury the other night. He's been a little stiff. His footwork has suffered a bit, and in this instance, he hasn't been able to box out.
And all his points came from the 3-point land yesterday.
Yes.
Versus the Wales. They defeated the Wales 110-62.
Yes, the Wales, of course, very hastily slapped together as a team. That's why they're still groping for form. This is going to be the bread and butter of Long Lions because Liu really has to learn how to impose himself in the paint.
And that's why the head coach is still teaching him what to do when he is inside the shaded lane.
And very dangerous at his size. He swings his elbows around. He could seriously hurt somebody.
A.B. Kamara for 3. And picked up by Dejuan Madden. The numbers of Dejuan Madden, not very impressive here, Bill.
That's true. Well, his main job really is to distribute the ball. But by the time they need him to score, he's gone cold.
And Chen scoring for the first time here. First field goal of the game, 3-0 now.
This is also a good matchup. In terms of size, the Long Lions have the advantage.
Jonathan Guzman going out. ZJ Yang on him. That's a 3-pointer from Guzman. Former teammates, by the way.
Yes. And this zone defense is working for the Lions.
Chen with the attack, using his left hand, rebounded by Jonathan Guzman.
Forced to change his shot in midair.
Chris Johnson, very hesitant to drive because of the presence of Liu.
It's also a sign of a loss of confidence. This is the problem now because Luang Prabang is primarily a donut team. They don't have a center.
Quick pass to Chris Johnson. Saved by Madden.
Yes, he seems distracted. Oh no.
Liu with the slam dunk. First 2 points for Winky Liu.
And he's probably relieved that there are no more players bigger than him.
Yes, like
On the court.
Hannibal and Sam DeGuara.
Yes.
He's the tallest player there on the floor.
Yes, by far. And Thomas is an outside shooter.
Yes.
That's going to be the primary mismatch in favor of the Lions.
ZJ Young will fire. Also, the numbers of ZJ Young going down here in the Bangkok leg.
You know, that's true. It may have something to do with him going in and out of the starting unit.
That's a three-pointer from Jose Nochan Tavong, and he misses that one.
5-0.
Outside to Chen. This guy will not hesitate to take it.
You said it.
And picked up by Jonathan Guzman. Good timing there by Jonathan. We go outside to Chris Johnson for three.
Now they have to start hitting that shot because they're at a disadvantage under the boards.
5-0 is our score. Heritage City still scoreless here with almost 3 minutes gone in the first period.
I think the Luang Prabang is really just trying to find out what works, but I don't see any clear game plan yet.
And Winky Liu is fouled by Jonathan Guzman.
Now the problem here is the size of Liu and the physicality of play is going to take something out of Guzman's
That's
offense.
true.
He's going to wear himself out.
Winky Liu at the free throw line.
You know, it's very unusual for a Chinese team to not shoot well from the free throw line. But as we keep saying, these guys are just teenagers.
Winky Liu, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the free throw line yesterday versus the Wildcats. And he scored just 4 points versus the Wildcats. Because he was up against a taller
And
Williams.
And for sure, he's not used to that. And Williams played him well, shooting from the perimeter a lot.
Chris Johnson for 3, rebounded by CJ Young.
You know, it's not the missed shots aren't so much the problem as them not getting the rebounds.
Mismatch. Liu, just like Sam DeGuara.
2 dunks in the first 3.5 minutes.
Good game so far for Winky Liu, and to the delight of their head coach. We'll be right back here watching the grand finale of the winter tournament of the TAT. We are back. My name is Sandy Grumo with Bill Velasco, the Long Lions, and the Luang Prabang. The race to the 5th place, Bill.
Yeah, I think Luang Prabang was really regrouping because they have no offense as of now. They're missing all their outside shots, so they may want to attack the basket, get Liu into foul trouble, then start working their way outside.
And so far they are 0 of 5 to start here in the first quarter.
But look at the defense of the Long Lions. They're really not giving up any penetration.
And forcing the Luang Prabang team to turn the ball over.
Yes.
8-0.
No.
5:56 to go.
Also, Luang Prabang is not screening their shooters, so they can't get free.
Well, we saw a glimpse of Hossein Chanthavong, very aggressive. But can he hang on for that? Chen. 3 is good for Chen.
And you know, one good thing about Madden now is he's giving up the ball, sharing the point guard duties, and he would actually be a very effective 2 or 3.
Johnson scores, and that will be their first.
Sticking with the game plan. Sticking with the game plan. Drive and kick. Hoping that, you know, the 3-point shooting will equalize things.
Well, they have so many shooters there. Guzman, Chris Johnson, Jonathan Tavong, and Demetrius Thomas. Here is Madden for 3. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by Winky Liu.
And Nuchan Tabong trying to box out Liu, who's almost a foot taller.
Taken away by Thomas.
Should give it up.
Too deep. Outside to Chris Johnson. 3.
That was a
Getting only the front rim.
poorly run fast break play.
Thomas. That's a foul on Winky Liu.
That's what he has to do because he has an advantage in terms of quickness.
Substitution for the Long Lions as we take a look at this replay here. Winky Liu fouling Demetrius Thomas. Thomas yesterday scored 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks, and 4 of 10 from the 3-point territory.
You know, that 8 rebounds is a lot for him because he's primarily a perimeter player. You know, if he attacks the basket and gets one more foul from you, the coaching staff of the Lions is going to be forced to sit him down. They're very conservative when it comes to fouls.
Well, there is another center for the Long Lions. They are a young team.
Yes.
With an average age of 23. 11-5 is our score.
Maybe not even.
Young. Madden outside. Finds trouble with it, giving up the dribble, and they throw the ball away.
Pass was a bit low, and you can see the exasperation of Liu. He said, throw me a chest pass.
A 6-point lead for the Long Lions and a chance to close the gap here for Luang Prabang.
The bad thing about that play was that Madden was obviously looking to pass.
Guzman. You know what I like about Guzman is he's not forcing his shots.
No, he's waiting to see things develop. Then seeing the weak spots. Liu is now really asking for the ball.
That's why he has a very high field goal percentage. Picked up by Jonathan Guzman. Also, he's an unselfish player. A.B. Camara thinking 3. Now he will release it. Picked up by Liu.
You know, they had the numbers there. They could have just penetrated.
4-3. And Chris Johnson the rebound.
You know, Liu is getting upset because he's running up and down and not getting the ball, and his teammates are missing badly.
Nochantavon with the spin, finds trouble with it. Here is AB going around in circles and rebounded by Madden, fouled by Jose. It's going to be his first. Very active is AB Camara. There's the holding foul given up by Jose Nochantavon. He was backed out properly by Dewan Madden.
Chi Shuo coming into the game, more size on the floor for the Long
for the
Lions.
first time, they will be playing together.
Yes, they normally sub each other, but they have an overabundance of size relative to Luang Prabang. But what's happened now is the Long Lions offense has stagnated.
Nice 2 points.
Yeah, the twin tower alignment, first became popular in the NBA in the 1980s.
Yes, that's Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. The 3, no.
Which was copied by the Lakers and the Celtics.
(13-5) is our count.
That's the problem because Robinson is not a low post defender. You see his feet are close together, so he can't slide to cover the offensive player.
Su Chi scoring there. Now he has 4 points. And a 10-point lead for the Long Lions. AB. Chris Johnson.
Too much dribbling.
Hossein Chanthavong short on the 3 attempt, rebounded by Madden.
Turnover.
Loses control. Here is Jonathan Guzman. Nice block by Winky. And Demetrius Thomas not giving up on the play.
But you know, if you're Guzman, you really have to attack the big man. Don't worry about getting blocked. Try to get the ball back. Get him into foul trouble.
3-pointer. Yes, from the same spot where he last scored last night.
You know, the shoes on the other foot. It's the Long Lions who are hitting the 3-point shots.
And Jonathan still missing from beyond the arc. Rong Hao, son, scoring earlier for the Long Lions. 3.
4-on-1.
Yes, it's Demetrius Thomas scoring.
Smart move. They took advantage of the absence of the bigs.
Shu Chi from far away. Guzman. Chris Johnson. AB with a floater.
See, Camara is not able to get as deep into the paint as he has been the past few days.
He was bothered by the presence of Winky Liu, and Winky Liu going back slowly.
Oh, he's pretty tired. You know, they say guards do a lot of running. Actually, centers run farther. They go from baseline to baseline.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Madden. Acrobatic attempt. And that's why Winky Liu will go to their bench, and also the Juan Madden.
Great show of confidence here by the Long Lions. They're up by 9. Only 33 seconds left in the period, so they can hold the fort.
Chris Johnson. Thomas. Very long 3.
You know, he's much more deadly from 12 to 15 feet.
Look at Jonathan Guzman finding Thomas.
Yes. That's what I like about Guzman. He's very versatile and he's unselfish.
Yes. Chen, the high man for the Long Lions. 2 seconds. Chen working inside. 2 points.
Big size mismatch there.
Chen is unstoppable here in the first quarter. 1 quarter down, 3 more to go. The grand finale of the TAT Winter Tournament. And a great start for the Long Lions, Bill. 11-0 in the first quarter.
Yes.
Good start for them.
And they're really pounding Luang Prabang off the glass, out-rebounding them 16-9.
Wow. Chris Johnson. Well, I like the zone defense of the Long Lions. Well, Demetrius Thomas able to score against that zone defense now.
He's been showing a lot of variety in his offense. But look at this, Sandy. The 3-point shooting numbers. Luang Prabang, 1 out of 15.
Ooh, in the first quarter alone.
Yes, that's 6.7%. My goodness.
Compared to the 3 out of 7 for the Long Lions in the first quarter.
Yes, they're more selective. Shooting better also. They're attacking the inside because they're taller.
And what a performance by Chen in the first quarter as Jose Ochantavon will score for the first time.
Yes, they're taking advantage of the absence of Liu, who's resting on the bench.
22-15 now. Outside shot, no. Rebounded by Joe.
Now
They call him Joe.
Yes,
A special
Beautiful.
delivery from the sky.
that was a really long alley-oop pass.
Imagine if they are teammates, Marcus Elliott, Xavier Alexander, and Jonathan Guzman.
Oh my goodness.
Those 3 players are willing passers.
Then you have Momo Cornet.
22-17.
Lead is down to 5.
3. No, now they're missing their shots.
Yes, the bench players don't have the same polish as the starters.
Chris Johnson bothered by the defense of Zhang, and Jonathan Guzman getting aggressive inside.
A lot of urgency because he knows that there's no shot blocker in the paint.
And he scored against his former teammate. Gao.
No hard feelings.
Oh yes, this is basketball. But scoring against your former teammate is always an amazing thing to do.
Look at how soaking wet Liu is. He's really being maximized in this game.
22-19 and a chance to close the gap here for Luang Prabang. National team member of the United States of America who played in the Jones Cup. Jonathan Guzman. A good addition for the Luang Prabang team.
Missed the first game.
Yep.
2-point game.
Zhang momentarily open and he will take it.
Nice little turnaround.
This kid is not afraid to take big shots. And he's always smiling.
And even at his height, he's really just playing wing. He's not moving to power forward or center.
And he is 6'6".
Yes.
It's going to be Long Lions basketball. It's a 4-point lead for the Long Lions. They led as many as 11 points. And that is history already.
They should start worrying now because young teams always blow big leads. That's a reach-in.
It's going to be on Jose Ochantavon. That will be his second personal. A problem with the Luang Prabang team is their bench scoring.
Yes, there is none. Their bench players basically just buy time for the starters to rest. Again,
Jabao Zhang.
They know that Luang Prabang is going to key in on Liu, so they added another tall player in Zhang.
Chris Johnson with a field goal there. 26-22. The lead is cut down to 4 by the Luang Prabang team.
Madden here switching roles with Sun.
(26-22). 3-pointer, no. Sun misfires, and here is A.B. Kamara. Nothing Madden can do.
He was anticipating the shot block attempt.
Foul given up by A.B. Kamara.
And Jonathan Guzman gathers the troops to settle them down.
He's a good leader.
Yes.
He's just 25.
Yes, but he's seen a lot. I mean, anytime you play for a national team, you learn so much.
And he's been here in Asia for 3 years already.
Yes.
Playing in different countries like China, Hong Kong, and Macau.
She is back on the floor. Another big player.
3. Madden scores from downtown.
The Chantabong disappeared when he was screened by Liu.
Well, he is playing with 2 fouls here in the first half, so he is a liability on defense now.
Yes, but they don't have anybody else.
That's true. Good point. Jose misfires on the 3 attempt.
It's a very close game.
Picked up by A.B. Kamara. Thomas.
Oh, the pass was very wild.
Saved by Thomas. Jose is trapped there at the baseline. There's the cut by Kamara. It turned out to be a beautiful thing for the Luang Prabang team.
You really have to make yourself available, especially in that kind of situation.
29-26. It's a close second quarter here for both.
Yes, for a while the Long Lions were executing perfectly. Now they're starting to miss.
Chi. And we have a jump ball.
And you know, if you look at Luang Prabang, they're using a small player to block out Liu because they need their bigger players to go for the rebound.
Still no substitution for Luang Prabang. So that 5 players there, they're playing heavy minutes, like 35.
Yes.
They average 35 minutes a game.
But one thing they're excellent at is staying away from foul trouble.
That's true. That's true.
Very clean players. Look at the scoreboard. Only 2 fouls by Luang Prabang and only 1 for Long Lions.
Chris Johnson in heavy traffic. He kicks it out to Thomas for 3.
That's
Picked up by ZJ Young.
not really Thomas's range. His range is somewhere between 12 to 18 feet. Good tap.
Taken away by Jose. Guzman. Blocked by Liu.
No, that's not goaltending because it had already bounced off the backboard and was on the way out.
And Jonathan Guzman did not like the no call, and he said counted. But the referee says it's not. It was a clean
Yes.
block. (29-26), 5.5 remaining
You're getting hungry, Sandy.
in the first half. I smell the smell of food is
Yes.
so
Intoxicating.
aromatic. Three-point lead for the Long Lions. CJ Young.
Business as usual for the Long Lions. They're still doing the same things, but now they're trying to draw out the bigger defenders and clear out some space for their one-on-one players.
Outside shot, no.
This is an opportunity for Luang Prabang because Liu is on the bench.
Here is Chris Johnson. Back out to Jose. And he's been missing his shots from
Yes,
long range.
but
Well,
you-
he started 1 out of 7
Yeah.
last night.
You gotta love the ball movement though. Everybody touched the ball.
CJ Young, we talk about his numbers going down here in the Bangkok leg.
Pick and
Yes.
roll.
Chi is blocked by Thomas.
He's asking for a foul, but you know the referee was in front of him and he's gonna slap him with a technical.
Ah, yes. So that'll be his first. And the first team foul for the Long Lions. Both teams not very quick game, very fast-paced game, and not fouling.
Very clean.
Very clean
A
game.
lot of respect.
And a lot of fast break points also. We are expecting this game because the Long Lions, they're very young. The Luang Prabang team is loaded with the world imports, American world imports.
And very athletic.
Yes. Jonathan Guzman is at the line for the technical free throw. He is an 80% free throw shooter.
You know, there are a lot of left-handed players in this tournament.
Yeah. Even you. So we have a story about the left-handed people like Bill. Can you say that again? Chris Johnson inside to Guzman. He kicks it out. Look at the ball movement. Jose Nochantavong with a gorgeous move inside.
Recovering his natural athletic ability. This is how they're going to make it more even. We're tied at 29.
4 minutes remaining in the first half. You know, Jose Nochantavong is the only local player for Luang Prabang. All
Yes.
his teammates are Americans, and he is playing so good for this team.
That is true. And it's not forced.
Yes.
That's a trouble.
Jonathan Guzman fakes. He goes inside, finds trouble with it. He fakes it again and will score over T.
They thought he was going to give up the ball.
And now, for the first time, Luang Prabang, they're ahead by 2, 31-29.
Now the question is if the Long Lions are going to ride out the rest of the half without Liu.
Chen scores. He is unstoppable here in the first half.
Absolutely.
Well, Chen in the first quarter scored 8 points and 3 out of 5 from the field. Shot clock 14 seconds. Chris Johnson.
There you see the problem now, no low post presence for Luang Prabang. So they have to make do.
2 minutes and 50 to go. Intercepted by Jose Nochantavong. Hesitation move. He goes inside. Fouled by Young.
The problem now with the Long Lions is there's no focal point of the offense.
That's true.
So they don't know who's supposed to shoot and when.
Substitution. Winky Liu back in the game for Chi.
That answers the question. But look at how tuckered out he looks.
He's very tired. You know, he's like trudging a walk of a weary man.
He looks like he just took a shower.
At the line is the former national team player of Lao, Jose Nochantavong. His friends call him Joe.
Yes. A lot of people used to call me that too in the Philippines.
Joe. That's different.
Yeah.
You know, I love the way the head coach of the Long Lions is rotating his players. We have a timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the grand finale of the winter tournament of the TAT. All right, we are back here inside the Verso International School here in Bangkok, Thailand. My name is Sandy Grumo with Bill Velasco and a 1-point lead for Luang Prabang, 32-31.
Yes, I think Long Lions wore out Liu with all the pounding inside that he took in the first few minutes of the game. And finally, the Luang Prabang made the adjustment of penetrating, kicking out, attacking the basket more, especially when Liu was sitting down.
You know, they play more like a team compared to their last 2 games.
Exactly. The ball movement is spectacular.
Yes. It's like they've been together for, 3 months or a year? Madden, here is a 3-pointer. Oh, no problem for Jabao Zhang.
That's his role. That's his role, to relieve the pressure on the big man. And since he's 6'6", it's very hard to block the shot.
7 points now for Jabao Zhang. Shot clock at 14. AB with a penetration. Little hang time move there. Jonathan Guzman with the offensive rebound. 3 for Thomas. He is still scoreless from long distance here in the first
He
half.
should take a step or two closer to the basket. You don't really need threes. It's not that urgent at this point.
Had 4 threes yesterday, though, versus the Black Bears.
His shot's a little flat. Not enough arc
No,
on
I'm
it.
sorry. He had 4 threes versus the Whales.
Yes, but that's easy.
That's why I corrected myself so that you can say that. Guzman feeling Chen from behind and was able to score.
Long Lions really just, their 3-point shot is their fire extinguisher now.
A minute 20 to go. It's a 3-point lead for the Long Lions.
Madden wisely waiting for Liu, and then Liu runs out to set him a screen.
Chen back to Madden, guarded by Kamara. Liu.
Now Liu has to learn to use that right-handed jump hook instead of turning towards the defender. He should also turn the other way. But he had
Use some shoulder fakes,
Yes.
head fakes.
if he used his jump hook, it'll be impossible for Guzman to block it.
Very true. Madden.
Long
He's-
strides.
He was guarded by 3. There are 3 opponents guarding him, but Madden's so good to score. He was able to score a difficult shot.
We haven't seen much from Chen, and he scores a bundle from 3-point range.
Had 8 in the first, and 1 here. He's in double figures.
I'd love to see the rebounding picture for the second quarter.
The Long Lions with 16 rebounds in the first, 9 only for the Luang Prabang team. Taken away by Luang Prabang. Chris Johnson, hesitation move.
I could have waited.
18 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is where they need somebody like Madden to look up at the clock. It's time's winding down. Let's use it all up. Zhang's in the corner. He's got a small player on him, but Madden scores it.
Oh, it trickled down. 41-36. We'll be right back with the second period. This is the winter tournament of the TAT. A gorgeous move by A.B. Kamara. From another angle, guarded by Madden. Changing direction and was able to score. That's our move of the game. Can't get enough of the action? Basketball fans, the Asian Tournament Top 10 Plays of the Day. At number 10,
Prima are, creating some color between them.
3. Oh, that's from the parking lot. Denzel Wong from
In
downtown.
front of the bench of the Black Dragons.
At 9,
It's already 43.
Mark Duligon goes inside. Nice move by the veteran Mark Duligon. First 2 points for Mark.
Yes. That is one of the most surprising things.
Moving to number 8. 3. No.
Partly deflected by Diaz.
No, that's the problem. Well, Diaz will score. Nice play there for the Macau Black Bears. At 7. Other end. Elliott with 20 points.
Defensive breakdown for the Aces. The bigs are not running the floor anymore.
Shan Bin Wang now with 25 points, but in the first half, number 6. And a steal by AB. Quick hands. AB is fouled by Art Aquino. Not a good thing to do.
Not a good thing to do. He already was ahead. And if you're going to foul him, make sure keeping him from lifting his arms to shoot.
He is a
At 5.
double performance.
A lot of those were from the outside.
Lim Suan lost it. Here is Jonathan Guzman.
A
The
very
slam.
gentle two-handed dunk.
Now we go to number 4.
Pressure now.
Yes. Pachuente put the ball into the hole.
They weren't able to identify Chuente as the lone player under the
The
basket.
number 3 spot.
Cummings up high and down hard.
What a throwdown.
57-48.
Number 2.
22-18. A rally here for the Long Lions, cutting down the lead to 4. Now it's 6-point advantage. 2 points for Nick Cummings, his first field goal of the game.
And now the number 1 play of the day.
Momo, he gives up the dribble. Quick pass to Johnny Wong, back to Mayali.
Great drive by Mayali, and Coach J.R. Kawaling is raising his hands.
Was a good play for the Macau Black Bears. Johnny Wong recognizing the cutting Jamal Mayali, member of the Palestinian national team.
This is basketball at its best. The Asian Tournament Top 10 Plays of the Day.
For the next season, what are the things that we can look forward to in the new season of the Asian Tournament?
More new cities, more legs. We're going to Japan, China, Indonesia, Thailand, and of course here in the Philippines. So more legs, more sports entertainment for our fans.
Can't get enough of the action? Basketball fans, the Asian Tournament Top 10 Plays of the Day. At number 10.
Look at the discipline of this team.
Liu flying in the air.
Everybody getting out of the way. That's he's taking out his frustrations.
At 9.
Bungled quite a few layups in this game.
Ryle throws it up, using the glass.
Great pass.
Moving to number 8.
James Lin going around Celada.
Beautiful, beautiful wraparound pass.
Hannibal was just standing in there waiting for that pass.
We expect more leadership.
At 7.
For 3.
The Wildcats are taking so many three-point shots and really not making them.
James Lee with a behind-the-back pass. Basketball count now for Chi Sui.
That's an assist and a three-point play opportunity.
Number 6.
10 seconds to go. Final shot of the first period. Marcus Elliott. What a move! by
Oh,
Marcus
great
Elliott.
one-on-one drive.
That's how you finish a quarter. 35-18 at the end of one.
At 5.
And This tempo is actually very draining.
And I think it's favoring the Macau Black Bears as AB Kamara will score on the other end.
And look at him flex. Well, it's like they say, yesterday when their team lost, it's like your little brother getting
Now
beaten
we
up on
go
the
to
plate.
number 4.
Suente slams it home.
Terrific play there, and he posterized Marquez.
The number 3 spot.
This is, by the way, their third coach here in the TAT.
Yes.
In Pasig, there's a different. Oh! Sam De Guana slams it home.
Exclamation point for the big man.
Serwan Hasso with this was their first.
Number 2.
I don't see Guzman on the bench anymore.
2 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Oh! A special delivery from the sky. And the movable or adjustable goal moving to the other side.
Oh, okay,
So
now
we'll adjust it again.
Now Guzman's back.
And now the number 1 play of the day.
Still 7 minutes to go, so more than enough time to come back. Oh, bad pass.
And the steal by Momo. And, oh!
He knew what he was doing.
And Jamal Robinson destroyed the ring.
Again.
Let's take a look at this. Eyes at the back of the head of Momo and Jamal Robinson with his third dunk of the game.
Well, those are snapback rims.
This is basketball at its best. The Asian Tournament Top 10 Plays of the Day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of the third period. My name is Sandy Grumo with Bill Velasco. Luang Prabang down here by 5, 41-36 to start the third period. Let's take a look at the numbers back in the first half.
All right, Luang Prabang 1 out of 20 from three-point range.
Wow.
And they've been out-rebounded 27-14. 11 steals for Luang Prabang. And for the Long Lions, it's their three-point shooting that's and rebounding that's been keeping them close.
You highlighted the three-point shooting of Luang Prabang because we all know that Jose Nachantabong, Chris Johnson, Jonathan Guzman, Thomas can score from beyond the arc.
Johnson is the biggest culprit there, 1 out of 6. But I think the biggest problem is Luang Prabang has to address the rebounding issue. Box out more, gang rebound. Don't worry about running the floor because that will come naturally.
27-14 in terms of rebounding.
That's a very painful number. And Madden has 10 rebounds for the Lions. He's not even by far the tallest player on the team.
And probably the shortest.
Yes.
And Zhang is at the line for the technical free throw.
You know, the referees have been very consistent about that. Calling any aggression, calling traveling, and the level of foul calling has been consistent.
Jabao Zhang is perfect from the field for 3, and he is still perfect from the field. 4 out of 4.
Oh my goodness.
That will be his second three-point field goal, 2 out of 2 from long distance.
Now he's in double figures with 10.
Demetrius Thomas scoring for the first time from the line of 3.
Yes, I'm sure that came with a prayer that it would go in. Very close game. Because all his shots have been short.
Had a delayed reaction there. Liu.
Very disciplined on the part of Liu, not going to dribble into the paint.
Now, this is a good seal by Liu. He's doing the Samdiguara thing.
It's a little mechanical because he can just go straight up.
Yeah, he put the ball down. That's
Yes.
why he was stripped down by Jonathan Guzman and AB Camara.
And he's not doing the power dribble that like Moses Malone would do.
44-39. Oh, that's the second for Thomas.
He's made the adjustments.
And the Luang Prabang is to within 2 points, 44-42. So the three-point shooting of Luang Prabang going in right now. And they're to within 2 points, 44-42.
They've been very patient with that aspect of the game. And they briefly took the lead in the second quarter. So now we know what each team is capable of. Let's see who executes best.
Now they're putting Thomas on Winky Liu. Zhang will take it. He is still perfect. 5 out of 5 from the field.
Well, Nuchan Tabong really will not be able to defend against Zhang, who's about 5-6 inches taller.
I agree with you.
You know,
And so much more he is younger than Jose Nuchan Tabong.
Yeah, I'll tell you a secret. Since there's no height limit in this league or a lot of other leagues, people exaggerate their height. So if somebody's 5'11", he'll say 6'2".
4-point lead. Chen short on the 3 attempt.
Thomas now exerting more effort in boxing out Liu.
And a chance to close the gap here, 1-on-1. Here is Jonathan Guzman, too strong off the
But
glass.
it was a beautiful crossover.
And Jose Nuchan Tabong with the offensive rebound. He throws up the 3, and yes!
He's been getting lucky bounces all game long.
All tournament long. His first after missing several shots from the line of 3. And now they're within 1.
We've got a good game here, Sandy.
46-45. Madden will try to answer, and yes, he does.
Yes, he's learning how to control the game more. In the first couple of games, he was a little bit wild, but now he's really gotten it down.
48-45. 3-pointer. No. And rebounded by... Oh, that's a Chen shot there.
Yes, actually, Thomas knocked it in.
You know, he was quiet in the last 5 minutes
True.
of the second period. He scored 8 points in the first quarter.
And we've been expecting a lot from him because he's a really good three-point shooter.
He's
Nice
the
pass.
most consistent scorer, by the way, for the Long Lions, is Demetrius Thomas, showing why he is a national team player of the United States of America.
That was a fantastic pass.
We have a substitution for the Long Lions, Chen.
And Liu is finally going to sit down. He's really just huffing and puffing.
And Liu is still scoreless here in the third period.
You know, one of the reasons for that is, you know, despite the fact that they're athletes and they're working very hard, they train, he's still very young, so his body is still developing.
He's still growing.
Yes, and they develop faster than older players, but at the same time they also get tired easily. The lung capacity is still not maximized and things like that.
The lung is still practicing.
Yep.
Still adjusting. That's A.B. Kamara with a blow by, but he will be called for a 24-second shot clock violation.
If you'll notice, one of the major differences now for Luang Prabang is Kamara is not getting any penetration.
Yeah. Because the Long Lions are playing zone.
And they've got the size.
CJ Young, Madden outside, guarded by Jose. Madden, stressful, looking shot. Rebounded by Thomas.
Now what happens to the Lions if they're not hitting their three-point shot and Liu is not there?
And it's a backcourt violation. Quickly, the Long Lions came back to defend Luang Prabang, so there was no transition offense for Luang Prabang. 50-47, a three-point ball game with 5.5 remaining in the third period.
The luxury of Luang Prabang, meanwhile, is they have 3 players who can play point guard, offensive foul.
That's Shu Chi. He's been complaining to the officials, Bill.
True.
Three-point ball game here. Luang Prabang can tie this. Picked up by A.B. Kamara. Inside to Jonathan Guzman. Back out to A.B. That's a 3. And a loose ball foul will be called against Jabao Zhang. Oh no, it's only
just
the last touch for Zhang. Chen back in the game.
It's been a frustrating day for Chi. Hasn't been able to find his shot.
Jonathan Guzman. Jose. He gets by his defender. He goes inside.
Great change of pace. Every time you turn your back on the driving player, you're going to get into trouble. Watch this. Simple stutter step.
And that's the head coach of the Long Lions.
One of the tallest head coaches in Asia, for sure. Too much dribbling, but luckily Thomas was there.
Was that a pass or an air ball? Yeah, it was an air ball.
It depends on how the technical committee will see it.
50-49, Luang Prabang to within 1.
What a game.
Madden, Young, 4-3. Ooh, he continues to struggle here in the Bangkok leg. He is their number 1 scorer. Look at the ball movement.
Yes.
Jose with a drive.
Madden gambling there and winning.
Wrong house, Sun for 3. Air ball. Guzman pushing it down.
Oh, he
And
could
he
have attacked.
stops.
He could have attacked all the way because Madden was the lone defender in the paint.
Oh, he kind of forces it and was able to score. Nice hesitation move by Jonathan Guzman, but he's not getting the calls.
He's not. And the Long Lions look a little lost here without a big man in the paint.
There's no spacing there,
Yes.
and CJ Young committing that turnover. And this is the largest lead of the Heritage City Luang Prabang.
And it's only 3 points.
And it's 3 points, 53-50.
Very good game, very close game.
4 lead changes and 2 deadlocks. Shan with a gorgeous move inside.
They need more of that because they have the size advantage. It's just a question of the mobility of the big men. Chen, to his credit, realizes his outside shot's not working. So
Nice move. A deceptive play there by Luang Prabang.
No help defense. They sort of get confused once the second stringers come into the game.
55 to 50 through. Shen for the tie. Rebounded by Jonathan Guzman.
Luang Prabang catching up with the rebounds now.
3. And Jose unable to control it.
He lost his balance.
3-on-1. And that's Jabao Zhang scoring there for the Long Lions.
Nice drop pass.
55 to 54, 2 minutes 17 remaining here in the third period. It's an entertaining ball game.
The pass slipped through Johnson's fingers. He was already looking to score without the ball.
And the chance to take the lead here for the Long Lions. Zhang will try to score, but to no avail.
Isn't it amazing? He's 6'6". Shoots with the left hand. Where do these guys come from?
That's a foul. And Jonathan Guzman will go to the free throw line for the third time here in the game.
Such a polished player. You know, he has so many skills and so many weapons in his arsenal.
A second time that he will go to the free throw line, and he is perfect from the free throw line. 2 out of 2. And we have a timeout. We'll be right back here watching the grand finale of the winter tournament of the TAT. A minute 52 to go in the third period. And it's a 3-point ball game here. Luang Prabang, better quarter for them. They're up by 3 points.
Yes, the disadvantage now for Luang Prabang is they cannot really clamp down on defense and force turnovers. They're basically waiting for, or rather the Long Lions. So now they're waiting for Luang Prabang to miss.
You know, better 3-point shooting also for the Luang Prabang of Heritage City here in the third period.
Yes, very good point.
And he is still perfect from the line. 3 out of 3 for Jonathan Guzman.
He's really dialed in on this game.
Chen inside. In heavy traffic, he was able to score.
Very impressive drive there, keeping his head about him.
Luang Prabang is playing only 5 players here against all of the Lions.
Well, the Lions only have a couple of decent bigs on the bench.
3.
Their problem is the point guard position.
Liang unable to score from the 3-land. Well, AB with a good penetration there over Liang.
That's where he makes his money.
Yep. So 4-point ball game here. The largest lead of the Luang Prabang at 4 points. Less than a minute to go. Madden is fouled.
Yes, he hasn't really been looking for his shot that much, but now he needs to take over.
2 free throws for the Juan Madden. Let's take a look at the numbers of Madden here. 4 of 7, 4 of 8 from the field right now. This is his first trip to the free throw line.
And Luang Prabang not yet in the penalty. Less than a minute to go in this quarter.
Madden with 10 rebounds, and he's shooting 1 out of 3 from long distance. First trip to the line for the Juan Madden.
And his game has suffered because he's been trying to get everybody involved, but once the big men sit down, all of a sudden they're trying to find out where they're going to get the points from, and they're getting out rebounded.
Duan Madden played for the Vanta Black Dragons during the Binyan leg of the TAT. 2-point ball game.
Johnson with a very bad pass.
Sun. Madden for 3. Yes.
That's huge.
That is his second.
And now they're on top.
1-point ball game, 33 seconds to go.
Kamara
And
left,
AB lost it
he left the
to
ball behind.
Liang. Here is Madden with a strong move inside.
4-on-1. Nothing Chantabong could do there.
The lead is back up to 3 points, 63-60. Final possession for Luang Prabang.
I think the players of Luang Prabang are getting tired because they don't really have subs.
Thomas scores from downtown.
What a game.
His third here. And the third period, and that's how you close a quarter. Big 3 there by Demetrius Thomas. Fourth quarter is coming up next. It's been a pretty close third period, Bill. 5 lead changes and 3 deadlocks.
And the Long Lions have lost a little bit of their edge in terms of rebounding because of the long rest of Liu, and so they only have a 5 rebound advantage, unlike earlier when they had close to a 10 rebound advantage. 3-point field goal shooting still kind of bad for Luang Prabang, but they started making some.
Yeah, 5 of 29 from the 3-point land for Luang Prabang, especially for Hossein Chantavong. Had 1 in the third period, and Demetrius Thomas with 3 triples in the third period.
They only had 1 in the entire first half.
I like the level of aggression of Jonathan Guzman here in the second half.
True.
Back out to Hossein Chantavong. That is a perfect spot for him, but he was not able to score that time. He's been missing his shots from long range. Had 1 back in the third. And Hossein Chantavong, 3 out of 8 from the field. Only 8 points here in the game. And he's 1 out of 6 from the 3-point territory. Madden hesitation move, guarded now by Jonathan Guzman. Chen finds trouble, taken away by Chantavong, and he committed a turnover. Chen will score for the Long Lions.
That's going to help his confidence because his outside shot has not really been falling.
And the Long Lions opting to go small here, Bill. without Winky Liu and Shu Chi.
Relatively small. But they now Luang Prabang will match up better.
The tallest player there is Zhang and Chen, 6'6" and 6'7". Liang.
And since it's such a close game, Luang Prabang cannot gamble on sending the subs in.
Chen with the penetration, easy two for Chen.
Got past Jonathan Guzman. Can you imagine the stamina of these players of Luang Prabang?
Chris Johnson will score. Was a foul.
They had to wait for it to fall in.
Foul with number 7. Personal foul. Substitution.
Two early fouls for the Long Lions.
Chen will take his seat and Rung Hao Sun back in the game. 67-65. It's been a pretty close ball game.
It's still up in the air, Sandy. We don't know who's going to end up in 5th place.
And a steal by Chris Johnson.
Kept at it.
Johnson scores on the layup, tying this ball game at 67-all. This is the 4th deadlock of the game.
Zhang trying to create, that's not his forte.
Taken away by Thomas. Chris. Bothered by Madden. Jose.
They should give it to Guzman to take over this stretch of the game.
Three-pointer. Yes! Johnson from downtown. And Chris Johnson with his second three-point field goal after missing 7 straight.
And I'm sure the Long Lions are just waiting until they can put Liu back in.
A.B. Kamara coming down with it.
And you have to remember that we play every day, so you don't even get 24 hours of rest, and you have to keep on playing.
70-67 inside to Jonathan Guzman, back out to Jose, and he is fouled by Ming Kang Liang.
And they're getting a lot of penetration now because there's no shot blocker. Small 5 for the Long Lions.
We have a timeout here in Bangkok. Back in a moment. All right, the line is Jose Nuchan Thavong. 8 points here in the game. 3 out of 7 from the field and 1 out of 5 from the three-point territory. And this is his second trip. He is shooting 1 out of 3 from the free throw line.
Well, he hasn't really been the same since he got hurt the other night. As we mentioned, you don't really have a chance to recover because you're playing every day.
He's kind of slow here. And he gets the second free throw.
Imagine if you played the last game, you ended about 8 p.m. and then you're back here maybe, let's say, 12 noon the next day.
First game, right? Three-pointer. Three-pointer by Madden.
And of course, you're going to have dinner after the game.
71-70. Oh, and the steal by Liang.
Good pass.
Son.
Oh.
Short, and he blows the layup. Chris Thomas.
Wisely bouncing it off the legs of Zhang. I'm watching Liu on the bench, and he's been gulping down so much water. He's really
And
sweating
again, he's
profusely
asking more water. And he's drinking it again. And a chance to take the lead here for the Long Lions. Zhang rises up, and he is still perfect.
great presence of mind to identify the open spot.
72-71. Jonathan Guzman suddenly quiet here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, this is the point where he should take over.
Yeah. Why do we have this feeling that he should take over the game? I really don't know.
Well, he's technically the leader of this team.
And he's such a good player.
Yeah, Camara has been quiet. Nochan Tabong has not been 100%. So, and Thomas has not been getting clear looks from the outside. So who else?
Rong Hassan missing on the three attempt. And I like the clap. Give me the ball.
Yes.
Guzman.
You know, there are times when you can be too unselfish.
And there are times that you have to be selfish.
Yes.
And Demetrius Thomas will go to the free throw line. It's a 1-point lead for the Long Lions.
Foul number 18, their personal foul.
The foul on Chen. Demetrius Thomas. 10 of 18 from the field. He is the high man with 26 points now.
With the aerodynamic hairstyle.
He is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
What I like about what he's done in this game is he's adjusted and played more on the inside.
A total of 5 rebounds for Demetrius Thomas.
1-point game. Long Lions already in the penalty. Luang Prabang is still clean.
It's been a pretty close second half for
Yes.
both. It's been back and forth, 73-72. And the good thing about the Long Lions, they're able to do it minus their big guys.
Yes.
Winky Liu and Su Chi.
That's a trouble. They call that very consistently. And imagine they've waited a long time. It's more than halfway through the fourth period and Liu is still on the bench.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And also Chi.
Sometimes you have to ride with what's working for you. So far, you know, they're just down by 1, so maybe they don't want to jinx it.
4 minutes and 44 remaining in this game. It's been a back and forth game, an entertaining first game today here in Bangkok. ZJ, that's Zhang, unable to score from the line of 3. Guzman, AB will not hesitate. He will take it and will score from downtown.
You're not giving me penetration, so I'll take a 3.
Madden with a penetration using his left hand. Rebounded by Guzman. Here is AB Kamara.
2-on-1.
Chris Johnson with the layup. 78-72. Largest lead for Luang Prabang.
I think
at 6.
the Lions might have to call a timeout or dispatch Liu.
And I can see the head coach of the Long Lions. He is shaking his head as Madden will take it. That was a forced shot.
No rebound for the Lions now.
3:45. Chris Johnson slashing through. Saved by Thomas. Here is Guzman.
Don't look now, 8-point lead. And as expected, the Lions call a timeout.
This is the largest lead of Luang Prabang. Back in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to IC, the team owner of the Duncan Raptors. How about that? He is just 29 years old.
Why is everybody so young? What's
29
happening?
years old. I am 27. You are 30 years old. Wow.
What
Happy
an-
birthday, IC.
What an amazing liar you are, Sandy. We're waiting for the birthday cake.
Oh, yes. It's your birthday this coming January 7, 1872
man.
now.
Yes, I'll be 120 years old.
3 minutes and 22 to go.
Yes, that was a bad shot by the Long Lions, and they really need to get it together now. Every miss really starting to hurt. It's an 8-point lead. That's 3 possessions, only 3 minutes plus remaining.
And the Long Lions are in the penalty already. Luang Prabang with 4 fouls to give here in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Luang Prabang doesn't really need 3-point shots at this stage of the game.
True.
They can move the ball around, try to get a penetration.
And Winkil Yu is back in the game.
He's got to work now. He's finally dried off.
Chen is fouled by Jose Nochantavong.
Believe it or not, that's only the first team foul of Luang Prabang in this quarter.
And the third for Jose Nochantavong here in the game. (80-72) is our score. Here is Winkil Yu outside.
I like the deliberate way now that Luang Prabang is playing. Of course, they don't want to wear their players out, but they're more methodical now. They're patient. They're showing their maturity.
3, no.
They might want to change that part of the game, though.
Chen for 3. Oh, they've been missing their shots here.
Yes.
Not the time to miss your shots, Bill.
They better rethink. I think they're in a hurry to get the points back. You know, Liu is in the game. Feed him the ball.
Final 2 minutes of the game. Battle for the 5th spot. Nice shot, but no connection there for Jonathan Guzman. He picks up the loose ball. Inside to Thomas.
That was all because of the great effort of Nochantavong to keep the ball in play.
82-72. Largest lead of Luang Prabang.
And look at Liu still catching up with the play. He must really be exhausted. He's had 3 hard days.
And the dunk. Oh! And he misses the dunk.
And almost got a technical for hanging on to the rim.
Oh, an exhibition move by Demetrius Thomas.
Globetrotter style.
3, no.
I
Rebounded
think this game is over, partner.
by Liu.
Let's see if he does a Sam DeGuara.
Yes, he will take it and short.
Oh, he's really tired.
He gets it back. He will go inside. Taken away by Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson will fire and will score.
Last game.
And a substitution here, and Liu will go back to their bench, a frustrated man.
Yes, he was on the bench too long, and they weren't really accommodating him on offense. But as we keep saying, this is a developmental team.
Oh, yeah. And Gao will score for the Long Lions. 41 seconds to go.
All they have to do is use up the clock and take a last second shot here.
It is still a 10-point lead for Luang Prabang. Nice move. But Jonathan Guzman will not score. Liang will score on the other way.
Still a 3-possession game.
23 seconds.
2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Guzman will take it from the outside for 3. Can't get it to fall.
No. But he's done his job.
Oh, yeah.
Kept the team together. Played
And keeping
leader.
it close.
Yes. Played defense inside the paint against the
And guarding the big guys
Yes.
of the Long Lions. All right. And a big win here for Luang Prabang. Their second win here in the Bangkok leg, and they finished 5th place here in the Bangkok
Exactly,
Leg.
that's their final prize.
Now we go to our move of the game, AB Kamara. Going the other way, eluding the defense of the one Madden. Nice shot by AB Kamara. That's our move of the game.
Demetrius Thomas really kept them in it all throughout.
And our final score, 84 for Luang Prabang, 76 for the Long Lions. We'll be right back with our second game at 2 p.m.